Hi, Jackie. How are you?
Hi, I'm good, Chrissy. Yourself?
I'm very good. How's the Gold Coast today?
Beautiful. The weather is sunny and warm, not too hot, just perfect. Perfect autumn weather.
But I love autumn. It's
Yeah.
I don't you, and you don't have it the same as we
No.
do. No, but autumn's probably my favorite season. Yeah.
Oh no, I love winter. Winter's the best in the Gold Coast. Cooler nights, beautiful days. Yeah.
Actually,
Can't be.
I do remember the winter in the Gold Coast.
Yes.
Not too cold,
Yes, just right.
just a bit fresher, but beautiful days. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So we're just leading into that now, getting the cooler nights, which is oh God is bliss. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolute
totally.
bliss. Yeah.
Totally.
Mm.
Well, I wanted to have a little chat with you today and talk about your journey so far with
Okay.
Hot because you've done amazing.
Thank you.
And I talk about you with some of my other clients and on coaching calls, especially when it comes to night shift and
Yep.
navigating shift work, because you've done it as a
Yeah.
shift worker. And a lot of people who do shift work will use this as an excuse, but you haven't done that. You've just totally run with it, and done what you had to do in the midst of all of that, all those horrible night shifts, and you've done it. So
Don't always get it right, but it's a constant work in progress, which is the way I like to look at it.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Mm. Yeah.
Before I ask you a few questions, Jack, when you first started,
Yeah.
you were like, I'm so not savvy. I don't know how to do this. And it's quite overwhelming because we're not taught how to use IT or software or platforms or apps and things. So it can be really overwhelming, right?
God,
And
yes. And I think, especially our demographic, ladies of a more mature age, I mean, we computers were just coming in when I finished school. So, I've used patients in various jobs, but yeah, I'm not fully across everything. Yeah. And
no,
that's the problem. But yeah, but I've worked with it. I've overcome it. So it's been good.
that's
Hmm.
exactly right. That's exactly my point is you worked with it and you overcome it.
Mm. I must admit, kudos to Zoe. Zoe has been
Yep.
amazing with helping me. Another one of Chrissy's fabulous clients. She's actually my inspiration, Zoe. So yeah, for full credit to Chrissy and Zoe there too. Yeah,
Yep, yep. So it's incredible. Yeah.
yeah, she is. Yeah.
So tell me, where were you at when we had that first conversation? Where were you at in terms of how did you feel about yourself? What was going on?
From what I remember, I was 78.5 kilograms, which is quite hefty for someone who's only 5'2". 158 centimeters to equate to everyone. And I don't know, I just felt lethargic. I felt unmotivated. Well, I was doing exercise, that wasn't the problem, but I wasn't getting anywhere. I have a great personal trainer, Jared. He's amazing, but I just wasn't getting the results I wanted. I'd lose a couple of kgs, but then I gain it back. I just wasn't getting anywhere. And I thought, well, like a lot of Chrissy's clients, this is where I'm at forever. I'm short, I'm fat. Yep, this is the way life is going to be. Yeah. And then I saw my friend Zoe and I saw her results. I'm like, what have you been doing? And she goes, oh, I've been interacting with this lady and she's a Kiwi. I'm like, oh, okay, instantly brilliant. Kudos. Tick, tick. Yeah. Not that I don't dislike it, not that I don't love Australians, but
Yep.
it's always good to have someone from the homeland. And so yeah, I was probably just a bit depressed, and my confidence was down. My clothes weren't fitting good. My scrubs were like maxed out. They're quite tight. And scrubs are quite baggy usually, so it was just everything just wasn't going in the right direction. Yeah. Mm.
And that's not uncommon at all for many women in their perimenopause, menopause years, right? And I think you hit
Mm.
that on the head when you thought, this is it. This is what it's going to
Mm.
be like. And this is
Yeah.
life. And many women settle for that, but it's not, you don't have to do that, right?
No, but there's not many people like yourself. Well, I haven't come across many people like yourself that do cater to the menopausal woman and the older lady. There doesn't seem to be a lot of talk and a lot of hope around it. There's not many people I know of that are out there like yourself that are working in this space. Yeah.
Totally,
Mm,
totally.
yeah.
Okay, so what changes did you make when we started? What was different?
Well, Chrissy forced me to learn all this technology. Again, my friend Zoe, who works in an office, thank God, chronometer and how to do Zoom calls. So I learned a lot about technology pretty quick. And recording my food. Chronometer was different to what I had been using, which was my Fitness Pal, but it is a monstrously better app. it is a bit difficult to get your head around. And again, Zoe stepped in and showed me how to
Mm,
record and how to do meals and watch a few YouTube videos. YouTube's always a great resource. So I just started logging my food better, being accountable,
yep.
seeing where I stuffed up, which was quite regularly. Those extra 300 or 400 calories that you're sneaking in a sandwich or a snack or whatever, be accountable and you think, oh, okay, right, that's what happened. Don't do it again. Well, don't do it again, but don't make it a habit. Yeah. Mm.
Learn from
So
the lesson.
yeah, and I upped the exercise. Obviously, I was exercising twice a week with Jared, my personal trainer. Sometimes up to 3 or 4 times a week because I'm reasonably motivated. And it was just adding Chrissy's extra 2 sessions, so 4 weight sessions a week, and optimizing 2 cardio sessions if I can get them in. Yeah. Mm. Yeah.
Perfect. And in terms of night shift, because we touched on this, how did you like? What did you change there? Was it your food that changed more there?
Yes, you did mention that I was having far too many calories, which I agree I was. What I've done recently is I'll get a protein bar and I chop it up and I just sort of try to snack on that overnight. But I record my calories before I go to work. So if it's 400 calories, it's 400 calories because on night shift, I'll go to work, I'll come home, have breakfast, which is usually overnight oats or something simple, and I count for my overnight oats. I count for my snacks, which I've had sort of, it'll be the next night, but I count for all my calories. I don't have lunch, so that's quite good. So even if I overdo it on the calories, it sort of cancels itself out. But I make sure they're good calories, like the protein, like as Chrissy said, protein bars or protein yogurt, which is Greek yogurt with protein powder. Keep down the fruit because fruit's full of sugar. Um, not too many carbs because carbs are, we love our carbs on night shift. Got to have our carbs. Or I'll try to do something like, if I've got to have carbs, a little bit of cheese and a couple of crackers. Try to keep it simple, but not too heavy.
But
Mm.
I think the key takeaway there is tracking it and log and
Yeah,
planning
yeah,
it because
yes.
it's really easy to get into those chocolate bars or the cakes or
Oh, God, yeah.
right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's just logging it and being accountable again. Yeah, yeah. Everything we should be doing, but we usually don't. Yeah. Mm. Yeah.
Um, and you touched on this, and I'm going to ask you how you felt about yourself before.
Um, yeah, my confidence was down. Now I feel like I'm 10 foot tall and bulletproof. I'm still only 5'2", but anyway. But my confidence is through the roof. And before I didn't have confidence. I felt fat, dowdy. Yeah, I just didn't feel as good as I could have about things in life. Yeah. Yeah. Even though I was healthy, I mean, I was still healthy. My health, general health was good,
Yep.
but I was just overweight. Yeah.
So
But my blood pressure was high too. My blood pressure is a lot better now too. So
okay,
yeah, mm,
very
yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
And so you feel full of confidence. You feel you can put your clothes, fit your scrubs.
Yes. Well, I feel like I've got imposter syndrome because I bought some new scrubs and they're smaller and that they fit. They're not super super baggy like my current ones. I'm like, oh God, what happens if I get fat again? And I've got this like, oh God, maybe I'm going to get fat. Maybe I shouldn't have bought them. And I'm like, no, no, calm down. You're not finished yet. We're still going through this. So just, they fit perfectly. You've got room in them. But I just feel a little bit anxious because my
Yep.
clothes are all baggy at the moment and I'm going into something that fits better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same.
yeah,
Your mind.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, you're going to fail. You're going to fail. But absolutely, no. This is
yeah.
a lifestyle change, right?
Yes.
This
And
is
also, a lot of sorry to interrupt, one of the big reasons I changed or wanted to change was I have a family history of heart disease and have an old ankle injury, which, if you carry more weight, it's harder on your joints. So those, hopefully my ankle injury, don't even feel it now. My heart hopefully is better because I've lost more weight. So yeah, it's just,
brilliant.
longevity and yeah, looking after my health. Yeah.
So
Mm.
tell me our results so far on our journey. And I say so far because it's continuing. So
Yeah, sure. So I think I'm down to last time I think I weighed was about 67. So what's that? So about 11 kgs, just on 11 and a half, something like that. Yeah. I
that,
can't remember my measurements because I don't know. I don't think I measure properly with the tape, but they're going down according to the pictures. I'm looking
yes,
better. So
right.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
incredible.
yeah.
All of that in terms of the physical changes, but what you see in yourself as well,
Mm,
how yourself is
yeah.
And another thing too, you've been on holiday recently.
Yes,
You
yes,
went away and you still, and I think this is what a lot of women fear is I go on holiday and I blow it and I just put all this weight on again.
yeah.
But you didn't.
No, I actually managed to lose weight. I went to Tasmania for 3 weeks with a colleague, and we had the best time. Didn't eat and drink everything, but I did have gave it a good shot, within reason. But we did a lot of walking. We walked every day. I think we walked something like 250,000 steps or something in 3 weeks. And any chance of working out, like there was a gym at the hotel once where we were staying, so it worked out a couple of times. Anytime we could get out walking, we were walking. So it was just finding that sort of, I suppose, those snacks of exercise on holiday. Not just sitting back and thinking, okay, going on holiday for 3 weeks, we're just going to eat and drink. No, no, get out, do the walks, go look at the nice lookouts. Yeah, take the opportunities to walk back to the hotel. If you miss the last bus, it's not the end of the world. You've got good walking shoes on, just go for it.
It's
And you see a lot more on the way too. Yeah.
totally.
Mm,
I think
yeah.
that was amazing. So that was a really good point. Like I can do this. This is about lifestyle.
I
Yeah.
didn't think I would get there though. Did think I'd gain weight on holiday. One thing we did do a little bit. I did take my tub of protein powder away with me. Again, Zoe said, "No, no, just pack it. You'll be right." So I took my tub of protein powder. Much to my friend's consternation, she couldn't believe it. But anyway, so I sort of had the same breakfast that I was having every time at home, pretty much. Lunch was usually packed because we pack up bread rolls and stuff, which aren't the best things, but they were homemade, so we weren't buying crap from the bakery. We did have a morning coffee though every morning. That was sort of a given. But yeah, we didn't buy a lot of extra stuff. We did the occasional beer or wine or stuff, but a lot of the time we were self catering at our Airbnbs, or hotels, so that helped too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that meal planning again. Yeah, it might not be perfect, but if it's pretty much on point, I think you're going to be okay. Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh,
Mm,
it's amazing. Like, well done on
thank you.
the results you have achieved so far. Absolutely amazing. And full credit to you, Jackie. And also, if someone was asking you, like,
Mhm.
you saw Zoe,
Yeah.
what would you tell them?
I would say give Chrissy a ring. Her first call is free. She's a nice lady. She's not pushy at all. It's up to you. It's what you feel, what you want. If you're ready for the change, go for it. But you've got to be ready.
Mm.
There's no point saying, "Oh God, you look amazing. I want to do that." No, you've got to want it in your heart. Yeah, yeah, mm,
That
yeah,
internal
yeah,
motivation, that internal,
yeah.
where you draw the line in the sand.
Yes.
I'm ready now. Give it.
Exactly. And as I say, full credit to Zoe and you and Jared, my personal trainer, because, it's all been a team approach and everyone's been great. Yeah. Mm. And everyone basically said the same thing. Jared's like consistency, consistency, which is what it is. Yeah. Mm.
Yep,
Yeah. And you, same thing. I mean, as I say, I don't get it perfect every day, but I get it perfect most days, some days. Yeah.
that's
Mm.
right. And
Yeah.
it's not about being perfect all the time. It's
No. Yeah.
consistency. Hey.
Exactly, that's right. And good habits build on good habits. So like now, I've always exercised ever since I started work or at school, obviously as well. But I think it's going to become more of a habit now too. I'm like, oh God, okay, what am I working this week? I try to work my training around my work, and so I know what I'm doing basically for the week.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's about having your plan, having your food planned, having your exercise planned. Having those drinks on Friday night or so and so's birthday planned. You can still do that. Maybe eat a little bit less than the day before, or not the day before, but that morning. Plan the calories and just eat a little bit less, and then have that drink and have that burger. It's not a big deal. Yeah,
That's
one burger's not going to bust. It's not going to break the,
exactly
the
right.
the whole diet. Yeah, I don't like to call it a diet. I like to call it a lifestyle plan or my health plan. Yeah,
That is
yeah.
exactly it. Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as you put the word diet in it, it makes it a problem, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. This is not a diet, it's about lifestyle.
Mm.
It's nutrition,
Yeah.
it's training, and it's strategy. It's having
Yes.
all the things that work together. Yeah.
Yes. And I'm not very good at this, but Chrissy does have a great resource called School. I have looked at a few things, but everything is amazing there and it just demystifies everything. So use it if you do link in with Chrissy. Yeah, she has the best resources and she's there for you 100%. And yeah, I don't think I've ever got as many emails from anyone in my life. Yeah. She's very good at communication, but the school resources are amazing. They really are. Chrissy puts a hell of a lot of time and effort into her work, and it shows. Thank you.
No, thank
Yeah.
you, Jackie. Thank you.
Mm. Yeah.
Appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, no, you're very welcome.
It'll be lovely catching up with you. Really appreciate your kind words and really looking forward to the next stage of our journey, which we're on.
Definitely.
And well done.
Awesome. Thank you, Chrissy. Appreciate the time. Thank you.
Right. Thanks,
Yeah,
Jake.
see ya. Bye bye.